Tips with Tony. Tips with Tony. All about nutrition from your favorite dietitian. Everything you need to digest in your mind. Tips with Tony. Tips with Tony. Making you healthier one bite at a time. With Tony. Woo.
Hello and welcome to the Tips with Tony podcast. I'm Tony Marinucci, your registered dietitian, helping you get healthy one bite at a time. I'm really excited because I think that I just figured something out with my audio so you can hear this episode so much more clearly. I hope it's accurate. Please let me know if you've listened as a motorcycle just drove by. I don't know if you can hear that or not. I'm still getting used to where I should record in my new apartment. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. And my office has beautiful windows for great lighting, but I think that it's too close to a main road, so you might hear a lot of background stuff. So I apologize going forward. However, I've moved into my kitchen right now, and I think that this is going to be a good spot. Hopefully I can record when no one's here, which is now. But I think this is going to be a good spot. So if you've listened to the Tips with Tony podcast before, definitely let me know if the sound quality is better in this episode than a previous one. That would be amazing. I would love to know your feedback. If I need to get fancier equipment, I absolutely will do that. I want to make sure that the listening quality is up to par, not subpar, more than after par, whatever that is. I want it to be amazing because I know when I'm listening to podcasts, it's annoying when there's you can't really hear it. So I would really appreciate that feedback. So please let me know. I want you to be able to understand and hear everything clearly. All right, so let's get into the episode. The title of this podcast is Why You Need Momentum Over Motivation. And this was inspired by my friend Kyle, who just launched his Money Momentum program. This program is something that you will seriously get so much value from. So before we even get into the show today, I'm curious. Have you ever looked at your bank account and wondered, where did all the money go? How did this happen again? You're working hard, you even make good money, but you still can't seem to get ahead of the cycle, get out of debt, and create that real financial freedom. Maybe you tell yourself the lie, if I just had more money, then I wouldn't have this problem. The truth is, more money is not the answer. You have two options. One, you can keep doing what you're doing, keep getting into where you're getting into, wondering when it's ever going to change. Or two, you can take hold of your future and change it right now by first changing you. Many people set out to transform their finances and buy courses, books, programs. Maybe you already have, but many times nothing changes. That's because in order to have a lasting transformation, you need to address your money mindset first. Very similar to when I help people with their nutrition. Mindset has to be healed first. Learn to play both offense and defense when it comes to your finances. Develop a big, audacious goal. Otherwise, what's it all for? You've heard me talk about that before. You need to know your why. And you need accountability. Also very much aligns with when you're trying to achieve a certain health goal. And I'm just going to take a little pause in this explanation of the Money Momentum program to just share with you. You're probably wondering why, as a dietitian, why are you talking about helping people with their finances? Well, in order to work and invest in yourself, whether it be in your nutrition, in your fitness, in your self-care, whatever it is, you need money. That's just it, guys. We just live in a world where you need money to do things. And it's not about making more money. It's about learning how to manage your money. And that's what this program is about for you, so that you can utilize that money and spend it on yourself rather than spending it on everything else that you don't actually need or things that you just want or, for everybody but you. And then at the end of that, there's nothing left for you. So let's take a moment and picture a life with zero financial stress. Hard to picture, right? But let's try. What would you be doing? Who would you be with? Where would you be going? Imagine making the last payment on your debt, ever. Sitting on the beach, sipping your favorite drink, knowing you paid for your vacation with cash, not wondering how you're going to pay it off. Knowing if you lost your job or pay cut, or you got a pay cut, you would have more than enough cash saved to not stress and create an abundant legacy for your family. I know it sounds like a dream, but this is all possible. And that's why I'm excited to share with you the program that my friend Kyle Depsius has called Money Momentum. Kyle and his wife paid off almost $380,000 of debt in just 38 months. I'm going to repeat that. Kyle and his wife paid off almost $380,000 in just 38 months. And now Kyle has created a course and a community where he shares everything he's learned, and it will give you the education to confidently manage your money, help you develop a plan, and help shift from scarcity to abundance. After enrolling in Money Momentum and showing up in the group, you'll realize that it is all possible for you. What if your financial situation looked completely different in a few months? Go to the link in the show notes to find out how this has been working for other people just like you so you can get started today. So that is all about the Money Momentum program. And it is what inspired today's episode. So if you've noticed from what we were kind of sharing is that very similarly to your health goal, when you have a financial goal, regardless of your goal, honestly, financial, fitness, school, a job, a career, a business, whatever that is, you are going to have to change your mindset first. And a lot of people miss that, and especially also too, I'm not sure exactly what Kyle goes into within this program, but I have a hunch because we've chatted offline. Obviously, he's a good friend of mine, but a lot of people when they hear the word budget, that alone kind of ruins their mindset, right? A budget feels very confined. It's very similar to like having a calorie restriction that's a little too limited. It doesn't help. But if you shift your mindset to focus on what you're able to spend, what you can have, the foods you can eat, that alone already starts to shift things. So my guess is you're going to learn something like that in Kyle's course. I think the best part about it is when you invest in something. So you're investing in a course, when you invest in a dietitian, when you invest in a trainer, you're not just investing in all the education that you're going to learn, but you're also investing in the accountability, which is setting these goals, getting really clear about them, and then having somebody to hold you accountable to make sure you're following through with them. And also to remind you when you're kind of faltering a bit. Now, this is important to help you to build momentum. A lot of people get motivated to get started, but that doesn't take them very far. You need people in your corner. You need money in the game, like physical money, like an investment in the game. You need to see where you're going. And sometimes just feeling motivated isn't enough. Our motivation wavers, stress happens, life happens, things kind of pull us, push us, shove us, move us, whatever it is. And it's our job to keep going regardless of how things go. And that's why having a flexible plan, not a rigid budget, not just counting calories, being really clear on the overall picture of where you're going, that will automatically sort of help to keep you moving. Now, when it comes to building momentum, this is not done by going all in. It's going all in on yourself, and all in on the process, but it's not giving 150% right off the bat. If anything, it's often getting some small wins. So once again, not sure what Kyle's going to teach. I don't know if this is going to be something that he's going to advise. So please don't listen. You're not getting your money advice from me. I'm just going to share something that I once learned when it came to managing money, and it was actually to pay off your smallest debts first. And I got myself out of debt last year. And that never really made sense to me. And then I realized it's because those, thousands and thousands of dollars of debt, like that is really overwhelming. And it's like really scary. Think about when someone's trying to lose like 50, 60 pounds, that's really overwhelming. So instead we focus on, okay, the first 5, the first 10, right? And then you kind of build momentum, the motivation comes and goes, but because you're still moving, you're still seeing progress, you're still feeling change, that tends to motivate you more. And so when it comes to your finances, I found that was like super helpful for me, because I was like, oh wow, that one's done, because it's more feasible for smaller payments, right? So I was like, oh, that was done. Oh, I can do another one. Oh, I can do another one. And then you get like so excited, and then you're like, bang, 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 bang. And all of a sudden you're like, wow, I can't believe I did that. But you didn't do it overnight. You took small baby steps. And that really is the key to being successful in anything. It's the people who are consistent, that never quit, that never stop. They eventually are the people who finally get to their goal. So it might take a little bit longer, but believe it or not, it's actually the fastest way to get to your goal. So stop trying to depend on motivation, because we don't always feel like doing things, right? You're not always going to feel like doing your workout. You're not always going to feel like cooking a healthy meal. You're not always going to feel like saying no to that third drink of alcohol, whatever it is. You're not always going to feel like it. But if you focus on how you want to feel both now and later, then that might shift things for you. Right? So saying no to buying the extra pair of shoes that you don't really need, probably don't want. It's probably hard to do that in the moment, but when you think about how you want to feel now and later, or instead of buying those shoes that you don't really need, that money can go to saving up for the trainer that you want to hire, or for the dietitian that you want to work with. That ultimately, it doesn't matter what shoes you buy, if you don't feel confident in your skin, then those shoes are only going to be a temporary sort of relief, right? If you want long-term happiness, long-term fulfillment, you're really going to have to kind of shift your priorities. So I wanted to talk about why this is so important, and I felt like sharing about Kyle's program would be really helpful for you. I've had a lot of people come to me and say they really want to work with me, but it's out of their budget. If you really are, and I do understand that sometimes you really might not have the money. I do believe at the same time, once you shift your money mindset and really understand that it's not even about having the money, it's about learning how to manage the money that you do have, you will really start to see things differently. You'll really start to understand that the thousands, because people spend thousands of dollars on just takeout and socializing and eating and drinking, where that money can be invested and use smartly. And you guys know, if you've listened to me 1,000 times, which I hope you have, then you know that I believe in going out to eat and socializing and having a great time. However, the amount of money that is spent on food and drinks alone that could be spent at the grocery store and making healthy meals, like that's where it's at. That's the start of it all, because that's how you're going to feel better. And because you're going to feel better, you're going to be motivated to do more. And when you're motivated, that helps build momentum. And then when you don't feel motivated, it's okay, because you have the momentum, and that's what keeps you going. All right. So if you're interested in learning how to manage your money so that you can invest in yourself and do the things that you want to do for you, and not have to worry about the debt, and not have to worry about if you're going to have the money to do the things you want, or the guilt that you feel when you buy something that you think that you want, or that's something that you need, but you feel guilty about it because really you don't have the money for it, then I highly, highly, highly suggest that you go follow Kyle and sign up for his Money Momentum program. The link is in the show notes. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out. And if you have any questions for me about how to get started in your journey, simply message me on Instagram at tips_with_Tony with an I, or email me tipswithtony@gmail.com. If you are someone who is very easily motivated to get started, but struggle with follow through, struggle with building momentum, struggle with consistency, we are here for you. We're currently accepting applications. So go to www.tipswithtony.com/coaching to apply. Or like I said, just message me on Instagram, shoot me an email. Any questions you have, we are here for you. All right. And also let me know if you end up taking enrolling in the Money Momentum course with Kyle. Just go to the link in the show notes. Sign up, guys. It is so worth it for you to get a handle on your money. There are certain things that I think are really important in getting a handle on sooner rather than later. Your money, because you need it to survive and thrive. Your nutrition, your health, your well-being, right? And now I'm starting to learn your environment, meaning like where you live. Like it actually matters. Like I never cared about decorating my space, but now I really do. And I think a lot of you probably in COVID have realized, because it's where you spend a majority of your time at home or in your home space, like keeping a clean environment, keeping a neat environment, keeping like color and flowers and candles and nice scents, like it actually matters. So that's like a total sidebar, but it's important. So anyways, that is it for me today. Thank you so much for listening. If you're not already subscribed to the podcast, definitely hit that subscribe button. A new episode comes out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And when you're subscribed, you don't miss a beat. As always, this is Tony Marinucci, your registered dietitian, helping you get healthy one bite at a time.